What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Career Backups Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Joey Bowser. With me, Skylar Eckenrode.
Hey, peeps.
Zach Clark.
How's it going?
And Zach's neighbor, James.
What up?
He never told me your last name, so you're just James.
Perry.
James Perry. All right.
I like it.
Maybe he didn't want his last name on this
Maybe he
podcast.
did.
He said it.
He doesn't want to be associated with this podcast
No,
in any
that's
way.
what everybody calls me is Perry. Like, that's it. Like, it's weird to hear my first name anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be Zach's neighbor today.
That's perfectly fine.
That's all he referred to as leading up to this episode anyway.
Well, I thought if I just said James, you wouldn't know who the fuck I was
We
talking
probably would have
about.
picked up on it.
I think eventually we put it together.
It's the guy screaming at us through the window.
Yeah,
Our biggest fan.
that's right.
That's true. The only
That's
one to
right.
ever scream at us as we record.
That's right. I was kind of hoping I'd look out the window and maybe see somebody shirtless, but that's okay.
I will definitely work on that.
Hey, we got to give a big shout out to our buddy Joey over here, brand new homeowner.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you.
Officially purchased my... Well,
You're like an old man now.
I know.
Your life is officially over.
Now I'm poor.
Remember when we had that, who was the most grown up out of the three
Yep.
of us? Joey just
He just
jumped me in the
That's
rank.
right.
Trying to make power moves,
Yeah.
move up that rank. And
you still got to pop. You still got to have a kid yet, so
Yeah.
good luck with that. James, you have a lot of kids.
I do.
How many?
lot.
4.
4. Good job.
That's a record for the podcast.
That is. You're the most seasoned father we've had.
He's a seasoned vet.
Yeah.
Like Sue.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything right now. That would get me in trouble.
She must hate me.
No. I mean, usually not.
Was she surprised I got a girlfriend?
Oh yeah,
Remember?
very.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
very.
Most people are.
She's still not convinced that she's real.
You guys met her. Didn't you vouch for me?
No, of course not.
No. Never met her.
Yeah.
We saw a cardboard cutout. That's all we remember.
Yeah.
The only thing that you have proof of is that you own a dog.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
He's
fair.
on the podcast all the time.
Yes.
He barks a lot.
Him and Ozzy stare at each other.
They do.
Yes.
So James, we got to drop a bomb on you here, Joe. Go ahead.
So every time we have a guest, our question always is, what's a fun fact about you, Perry?
Fun fact about me. Ooh.
We've had some bad submissions. We've had some good submissions.
We've had a guy say he can fit his entire fist in his mouth. We've had one guy who can play like 8,000 instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that.
We've had some other ones that I don't remember.
Yeah, because they weren't very good. So I mean, if you say
I
any,
mean, I was a cheerleader for a long time.
that's okay.
That's a fun
yeah.
fact. Yeah, we'll take that.
There you
I
go.
was a cheerleader.
Why?
Why?
Yeah. Why? Are we,
Pick
Needed
up
something to
chicks?
do in the
No.
off season.
okay. All right.
Didn't you play soccer
Yeah.
pretty competitively?
Well, he does love soccer moms. I
I
can
know,
see
I
that
saw
on his
that.
shirt.
Sure, that's true.
Picture, Mike. Sorry, should have done that beforehand.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. We're just rookies here, right, Zach?
Career
backups.
Yep.
Exactly.
Pretty much the whole reason we didn't have a YouTube video last week. Thanks, Zach.
That is not my fault. I'm not taking the blame for that one.
No.
That was for that's because of copyright.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna give you. I gotta bust your balls. But
know.
if you're watching this on YouTube this week, we couldn't do it last week because
Copyright.
copyright stuff. They don't like it when I take music clips and play it. Apparently.
No, they're not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Even though we're not making any money.
I know. I don't make dick.
But we might one day.
I
Dick on
spend
this
so
podcast.
much. I spend so much.
I know. This has been purely
In the hole.
Yeah.
Purely.
This whole operation here.
I'm still working on some endorsements. Don't worry. I'm still waiting on MeUndies to get back to us.
Or Gatorade again.
Yeah. I'm still barking up that tree.
Domino's.
Bastards.
Domino's.
We keep
Papa
trying to get
John's is racist,
sponsorships.
so we can't go with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no comment because I should have won that debate as it was anyway.
I'm glad that topic was posed before that happened, or else I would have had a hard time defending them. But it's all right, Skylar.
I'm not gonna say anything.
That's fine. So, Perry,
Yes.
Zach wanted to have you on.
I thought his name was James.
James Perry.
James.
I know.
James Perry.
I know.
So Zach wanted to have you on because he feels like you have an interesting story about your family.
I do.
So we are excited to hear this.
Yeah. Yeah, I was excited to hear it too. so apparently this is a real thing. So I went to Oklahoma a couple years ago, or last summer, I guess. And hello, buddy.
What's going on, bud?
I think he wants out.
Yeah,
I don't think he wants to hear the story.
Nah, it's like, fuck you, Perry.
This story sucks.
That's the story of my life. So I go to my dad's, and he's like, I need you to sit down. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Let me sit down right here. And he's like, so you have a sister? And I'm like, yeah, I know that. And he's like, no, you have another sister. And I was like, huh. Really? And he's like, yeah, she just found me on Facebook and started chit-chatting, and he's like, I know her mom, so she's mine.
It checks out.
She checks out.
Yeah.
Like, everything is legit. And so yeah, it just went from there. I mean, I called and talked to her. She's awesome. She's cool. She's intense.
I don't even know what that means.
So,
Does that mean she like answered the phone like screaming? Like,
no.
Hey, how are you?
No, she was super excited, you know. She always said that, like, she didn't feel like part of her family that she grew up with. And so it was nice that she could relate with people, you know.
Her second family.
Yeah. Second family.
or is it her first?
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
So you're how old?
I'm 33.
33.
I'm an old man.
So you found out you had a sister when you were 33.
32.
32.
It was last year.
Yes, you're right.
Listen to the story.
God.
That's
I'm
like
sorry.
shit that happens in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is not. I've never met somebody that's actually happened to.
Yeah, like that's like it should. I wish it would have went down more like The Parent Trap, where like you guys would have met and like
a summer
somehow,
camp?
like somehow connected it. But I don't think they have too many summer camps for 32-year-olds anymore.
No.
We need to work on that. That's
Yeah.
a genius idea.
That is a genius.
So like
idea.
you've met her face to face then?
Yeah. She was here just like, what was that? Last month, something like that.
She came and stayed with you.
Does she
She
like
stayed a week, yeah.
resemble anybody? Can you like?
Yeah, she looks like my dad a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I briefly met her. I know I just got home the one day, and you like seemed very excited to introduce me to your sister.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's," but like it.
You're like, cool, but like,
I was
you're
like,
a little
cool. Like I'm just
overexcited.
trying to eat my sheets food here, buddy. Like Perry, come on. You see, I have food.
Yeah.
And but it all made more sense when you told me that whole story. You're like,
Yeah.
this is my sister. Like, cool. We all have siblings, buddy. Like,
You should do it next time Kevin comes over. Perry, come here. Come here.
Perry, I got somebody I want you to meet, buddy.
Right.
I want you to know what a sibling you know your entire life is like.
Yeah.
It's not as exciting.
No, it is not.
So that is pretty wild. That it's quite the bomb to get dropped on you. I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is.
Were you glad you were sitting down?
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's not like there's anything you can do to change.
No, there's nothing I can do to change that.
Joey, have you ever just like ran into a Jew that you found out you're related to?
I mean, not yet.
Okay.
That lady from Ocean City might be the closest I've gotten.
Wait, what?
Okay. Is this what I'm still gonna jump in here and tell
I mean, you
this?
can if you want.
It's hysterical. Our girlfriends will probably get mad at us with my fiance, but it's okay. It happened years ago.
Fiance.
Yeah. So we went to senior week went to Ocean City for senior week after we graduated high school.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember an invite.
We
didn't
weren't
get
friends
one.
with you.
You didn't get one.
You sucked.
Suck. You guys suck just as hard.
We
Just
all
so everybody
suck.
knows.
We all suck.
Yeah, so.
We all suck.
You would have been more fun actually on the trip anyway.
Probably. Different story for a different day. So anyway, we obviously, 18-year-old dudes, you're going to try to find some women around there. That's just natural, So the one night I ran into a girl and I started talking to her and I got her number and that whole ordeal. And then the next day I was texting her and she's like, oh, we're on the boardwalk. Me and my friends are there. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm with my buddies. We're on the boardwalk. Maybe we'll run into each other. Well, sure enough, we did. And so I start introducing everybody. And I said, this is my friend, Joey. But nobody calls him that because he is Jewish. And so we call him Jewy. And she goes, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, oh, crap. Did I just, like, really piss
Insult
somebody
her,
off?
yeah.
This is about to go real
Yeah,
south.
I'm like, this is bad. And she goes, this is our friend who is Jewish, and her name is Judy. And I've never been like more. I had no idea what to say because, like,
Didn't she even say they called her Judy?
well, I mean, her name was Judy.
I know,
so-
but like she put emphasis.
Judy.
She put emphasis
Like,
on the Jew
we got
part.
her
yeah. So it's like, hey, we got one too.
Like, no shit, we got a Jew.
Yeah. They were related. We found. No, I'm just kidding.
Long lost cousins. It was crazy.
Yeah, but
That's
that was
awesome.
hysterical.
I just love how it's like two groups so insensitive from both parts. But, yo, we got a Jew too. Yeah.
We got one of them Jews as well.
Yeah,
That's
so-
awesome. Did you guys like exchange numbers?
No.
Like how'd it go? No.
No.
Couldn't close the deal. I feel like it was like wide open for you. Didn't
Natu-
want to. Not
Nah.
attracted to your
Nah.
your own type.
Yeah. I'm
You
really
were
not
gonna-
into other Jews.
You were gonna say kind, and you corrected yourself.
Yeah, that was good. Good save.
Almost hurt yourself on that one. You saved it.
Anytime we talk like about races or anything, I walk a very
Very
fine
thin
line.
line.
Yeah,
Very thin.
it's like a tightrope.
Clearly, we call him Jewy for crying.
Yeah.
It was a funny story though.
So, like, so Joe, do you have any long lost relatives or anything?
No long lost relatives. But speaking of weird family things, none of my family listens to this, so I don't have to worry. Justin listens. He'll find this funny. So I remember me and my brother, I don't know, we were pretty young, and we had recently found out what,
Like 3?
yeah, like 3. We're like 3 and 4 probably. No, we were like, I
Justin's
don't know.
older, more than a year older than you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not in this scenario.
Not in this.
In this one, we were in like a year. But I don't know. We were probably like 14 and 17. I don't even know how old a difference we are actually. But
All right, let's move past the age
I don't-
difference.
I don't know.
Joe.
Let's move. So we had recently discovered that you could look up like Megan's Law just on the computer, you know, and see if there's any sexual predators near you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were like, let's look up if there's any sexual predators nearby. We're just like scrolling through Megan's Law, looking at all the sexual predators. And there's one of my like, I guess they'd be a cousin, but there's one of my cousins just sitting there on Megan's Law.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did it say why?
No, that's the one downfall of Megan's Law. It won't actually tell you why they're a sexual predator. So
No,
like it
they
could.
will. They'll tell you because I just looked up a bunch of people.
Well, they must have changed it
They
recently.
may not have-
Because
they-
from what I remember, you couldn't either.
Yeah.
no,
'cause-
they definitely do
Well,
now.
maybe I'll have to look up again and see if I can find out.
Yeah.
But back then it wouldn't tell us why. Which you can get on that for some dumb shit as well.
Yeah,
But-
like urinating in public.
yeah, exactly. But
Check.
it is a shocking thing when you're just scrolling like, hey,
Did you just say check?
Wait a minute. Zach, did you check your neighbors out?
I never got in trouble for it, but I've definitely urinated in public before.
I
Check.
was like, I don't know if
Check.
anybody caught that. Check.
so then it's like, this episode, guys. But yeah.
That's okay. That's kind of a bomb to be dropped.
Yeah,
on
it
you.
was very interesting. We always wanted to ask, but we felt like maybe it's a sensitive topic.
Hey, why are you on
Oh, I
Megan's
would.
Law?
100% I would have.
I would
I
have.
don't know if we
What
wanted
the
to know.
fuck you doing on there, boy?
I don't know if we wanted to know the answer. I think that's more the fear.
Yeah. I got it for touching my cousins.
I didn't know you were in
Fuck.
the top 10 of something.
Top 10.
As soon as we started reading it, my brother just started crying.
Yeah.
I don't think it was related.
It all
though.
makes sense.
It's all
now.
coming back to him.
You repressed that shit.
But yeah.
My cousin's one friend is actually going through the process right now of trying to not get on Megan's Law because he got in trouble for streaking at a Penn State game, and they can put you on Megan's Law for,
For
that.
that makes sense.
Oh, did he like jump on the field and stuff?
Yes.
Ballsy move.
Very ballsy move, and a lot of consequences come with that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He spent a lot of money because of that, but
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, the fines for that are crazy. And I didn't even realize then they try to put you on Megan's Law too. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, because you're exposing yourself to tons of the kids.
100,000 people.
There's no age limit on that. That's fucking crazy. See, I knew we'd get some good stories.
Yeah. Oh, you can get. I mean, it could have been nothing that he's on there for. You don't know.
Oh yeah, like I said, I never dove deeper.
Probably would have.
I don't
He's not
know.
around a lot.
No.
If he was like a relative that I
He's
saw,
in jail. He's been on house
we haven't
arrest for the
seen him
last
in a
30
while. Maybe,
years.
maybe he's in prison now. I don't know.
The only crazy family story that comes to mind is so like my dad's family, like both his parents are dead, and like he's told us some stories, but he was adopted too, so like he's not close with his adopted family. I don't really know, but there's literally no one on his side of the family. One day I got this message on Facebook from this lady like, "Hey Zach, how are you?" I'm like, it was like an older lady. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I was like, hi. And she's like, I'm your aunt. And I'm like, you're not my fucking aunt. Like, I know who my fucking aunts are. I have two
Fuck
of them.
you, bitch. You
You're
ain't
not
my
one of my
aunt.
aunts. And so I blocked her. I was like, this bitch is crazy. So then I went to my dad and I'm like, you'll never guess. Like, I was telling my parents at dinner like 2 weeks later. I was like, out of nowhere, some crazy bitch messaged me on Facebook and said she's my aunt. And my parents look at me and they're like, well, what was her name? I was like, Karen something, I don't know. And my dad goes, that's my sister.
Wow.
And I'm like, what?
Fuck.
Yeah, you have a sister?
Thanksgiving was really awkward.
Yeah.
Zach, she's been sitting across from me at the table for the last 15 years.
No, it's not like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's the only crazy family story I really have.
That's funny.
I have this really shitty cousin. His name's Matt. No, I'm just-
I know him.
yeah, he listens to the podcast, but
Fuck that guy.
yeah,
right?
fuck that guy.
Yeah, fucking volunteer fireman. How dare he sacrifice? How dare he sacrifice his free time for the good of humanity?
Yeah.
What
Fuck
a-
you, Matt.
What a dick.
What a
I'll get a text as soon as this comes out. Fuck you, Zach.
You should every time in reality.
I should. I really
From
should.
somebody.
Somebody should always be
I'm
saying
pissing
fuck
off
you,
somebody.
Zach.
Every time we make a podcast, I'm pissing off somebody.
Somebody's pissed off about something. Oh.
I don't have any cool family stories. My family sucks.
My family
so
sucks.
so boring and normal.
I know. Tell me about it. I have like 40-some first cousins, though.
I have two.
I have a lot of first
I
cousins.
don't know how many I have, but not 40.
I have a huge family.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How do you
Because,
have like Thanksgiving dinners?
That side of the family doesn't do one all together.
You couldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have
Oh,
reunions
no,
or
you
anything?
can.
You can.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. My
You have-
grandmother was one of 12.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So if we didn't have at least 200 people at like a Thanksgiving or Christmas, it was not good.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was.
Whoa.
That's
yeah,
a
it was
lot of
crazy.
Yeah, did you like rent out a
something?
place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
normally,
That
like, a
makes
little-
more sense.
You know, and most of them lived
McDonald's.
in one town in Oklahoma, and so they all went to high school together. That was real awkward for prom.
There's nobody to go with.
Like,
We're all related.
yeah.
Ah, shit. Got to take my cousin again.
Yeah.
People are like, I hope you get lucky after prom. I hope I don't.
Yeah. no.
Good
Things
Lord.
went wrong if I do.
My uncle will kill me.
Which brings me to why I'm on Megan's Law.
Great lead in.
Oh,
So other than having a sister, do you have any other weird family fun facts? I can't imagine you can top that one. That would be impressive.
Yeah, if you can.
No, that's pretty much it.
No, that's fair. I liked it though.
Yeah. I got nothing.
All right. Well, we're not going to play a game today, right, Joe?
We are not playing a game today. As some of you know, we did a little draft for patriotic people. Skylar did win.
That's right.
I've officially called him and conceded. I congratulated him on his victory.
What were the final results?
Fuck if I remember.
50 to 36 to 4.
I'll take 4.
I'll take 4.
Wait, we had that many people
No,
vote?
No, that's
percentage.
percentage.
Oh.
Yeah,
You got 4% of the vote.
So me.
it was 39 votes, I believe.
Yeah.
So it was like me. I voted for myself. 100%.
It had to have been those pictures you put up. That's what one.
Oh, I know.
the pizza
I
pictures,
ran a
that was-
strong campaign.
Did you see the pizza pictures?
Oh, I saw the pizza pictures.
That's right. Why do you think he's here? He's trying.
That's right.
Trying to see what I'm doing after.
He's trying to steal the deal. But anyway, so we had a punishment planned a while ago that the loser was going to do the cinnamon challenge. But then Zach did some research. You can die. You can get asthma.
If you're a pussy,
You
Right?
can do it, Skylar. I will not stop you. I got a bunch of cinnamon downstairs right now.
I'm not gonna do it because I didn't lose.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So we
Okay.
had to come up with a new idea. And Skylar, this is all your creation, so I'm giving you the floor here.
So what was that? Oh,
It's
your
his
phone.
phone.
Okay.
Connected.
I didn't know what I did. So I am on Craigslist a lot because I'm always looking for junk cars, and
Dudes. He's looking for dudes.
yeah, they took those down.
Code word.
What?
They did. Me and Sue used to read those for fun because there were some good ones.
They
Like,
took him down.
yep, yeah, because it was pretty much just a sex ad place. It was literally like happily married couple looking to add a third, and then they take a picture together, and it's like, oh my.
You can still find them somewhere.
Yeah,
I listen to a pod.
Joey's like, Eric and I post those all the time.
I listen to a podcast that reads them.
I'm just kidding, Erica. We love you.
Joey posts them all the time. So no, anyway, I thought it would be good because I like to look at some of the other stuff people put up to sell, and so Zach's gonna make some phone calls on some items that are for sale on Craigslist. I'm hoping these people answer. They have obviously no idea that we are calling them.
Yes.
I have an outline set up for
You
Zach
do. Quite funny.
that I would like him to follow. He does not have to read this as I wrote it. I would actually prefer if he had a little impromptu-ness in it, but there are some points in there I want him to get. So we'll see if anybody answers.
And hopefully somebody does, or else these segments are just gonna bomb.
Yep. Yes, they
Zach's
will.
gonna get some weird phone calls.
So the first person up, his name I shall not say. He is selling a powered parachute for $1,500.
Oh, that's a steal.
If you don't know what a powered parachute is, it's pretty much a three-wheeled object with a giant fan behind it that has a parachute over top and they can fly. I was trying to find a plane for him to call about, but none of them had phone numbers attached, so I couldn't really do that. But I did find this powered parachute for $1,500. Zach, do not laugh when you talk to Ed.
he can't even talk about the product. He's listening.
Before we start, I just want to ask, since he's our guest, do you want to do one of these?
Oh God, what? I didn't get.
You didn't lose, but it's kind of funny. Do you want to try one? Maybe the last one we could save for
we'll
you.
see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. We'll hope somebody answers.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello.
Hi, is this Ed?
No, it isn't. This is wife.
Hold on. We gotta.
Ed's down.
I can't hear it. Can you guys hear it?
I can hear
It's real light though. Even
Yeah,
look at the thing.
I can hear
It's
it.
coming in real light. I don't know. Maybe it'll sound better on the thing.
You really ruined that. She answered.
I know, but I couldn't hear her. I'm gonna call her back. What'd she say?
She just said
No.
it's her wife. It's,
I thought
it's
you just
Ed's
said
wife.
Ed's wife.
It's Ed's wife.
Oh god, that's gonna make it so much worse.
We'll just see if Ed's there. That's all. She might know something about it.
Hopefully we can get the volume working.
Yeah.
You really should have tried this beforehand.
Last time it worked fine. Remember?
I could
Oh,
hear
yeah?
it. I could hear it.
It was real light, and it even showed up light on there though. Don't usually our drops come in pretty loud
I
over
could
there?
hear it fine.
Yeah,
We're really
they
dropping the ball
normally
here,
come-
folks.
I know. Sorry, guys. We're gonna just go like that, and it's gonna boost up the sound a little bit.
Okay.
We'll try.
Alright.
I'm gonna do one test call to Kevin just to see. if it
Call,
comes
you
in.
could call. Well, I guess that's louder.
That's definitely louder.
Hello.
Hey, Kev, can you hear me?
I come in.
Hello.
I can.
Okay, thanks, buddy.
Kevin's our guinea pig for
All
everything.
right, we can't laugh because
Yeah,
it's gonna.
Yeah, we
make
can't.
them
We
laugh.
can't laugh.
Yeah.
That's gonna be death to some people's
Alright,
ears.
so-
Call Ed's wife back. Tell her you had a cell phone issue.
Hello.
Hi, is this Ed?
This is his wife.
Oh, I'm sorry. We got disconnected. I lost service.
Yeah, that's okay.
Is this so you guys are selling that powered parachute?
It is sold, sir. Yes.
Oh,
It did not last long at all. I was shocked at how quickly it sold.
Do you have another?
Yeah.
do you have another one?
No, we don't. We only had the one. I'm sorry.
Damn. Do you know anybody with a powered parachute?
I don't. My husband bought it off of a guy up the river who was moving to Florida, but
What river?
up the Susquehanna River. I forget where the guy lived. That was a couple years ago that he has had it. I don't know anyone else with one, which is part of the problem. I mean, there was no one for him to like ride with or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yeah.
yeah. And then he had a couple minor little mini strokes, so he was not allowed to do it anymore.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck.
You could have kept that going.
I could have.
Yeah, but I wanted. The whole point was, damn, I had some good material on there.
I was gonna be like, how many strokes?
You started getting that line again of yours. Well,
Man. All right, so Zach, you want to call about a drone, guinea pigs, or a pool behind camping trailer?
Guinea pigs.
All right, cool. Good, I like this one.
What if they're all just sold? Everyone you
I was
call.
so disappointed.
This is
whenever
gonna really
she said-
bomb.
All right.
It's worth just watching Zach be like, fuck. I hope YouTube can pick up like the look in your face every time it's ringing. You just have that look in your eyes where you're like, I kind of hope they don't answer.
You're not wrong.
This one's pretty bad. I hope they answer.
Hello?
Hey, is this Thomas selling the bonded guinea pigs on Craigslist?
Yes, it is.
Cool. Well, I ran over my daughter's dog last night in the driveway, so she's real pissed at me.
I'll bet.
And I'm thinking, yeah, she is. It's not funny, but it's
No.
no. But I'm thinking of getting her these guinea pigs so she's like a little less mad at me, obviously.
Okay.
So, are they good with kids?
Yeah, they need a little bit of work. I mean, they don't bite. They've never bitten. But, at first when you pick them up, they're a little scared. Once you hold them for a second, then they calm down. But they're real sweet boys. I just have too many pets.
You just have too many pets. Well,
Yeah.
she really loved that dog, but we had to take her to the ER twice because it bit her, and I really don't want to have it do that again. So
Yeah, no, these guys, they're not biters. They're sweet little boys.
all right. Do they? What do they eat? Like, do they eat like mud? Isn't?
Mud?
Yeah, like mud, like most pigs.
No. They eat hay, guinea pig food, and fruits and vegetables. Like, they love lettuce, carrots, apples, that type of thing.
I got you. So that's easy enough.
Yeah.
How did they get?
That was the best part. Turn that down so they don't go deaf. That was the best part coming up. Please read what you're supposed to say.
Oh, you got to call him back and finish.
No, I can't.
Finish
I can't.
strong.
Oh my god.
Please read what you're supposed to say.
How did they get conjoined? Was that like a birth thing, or was there some accident or something?
The ad was for bonded guinea pigs.
I'm
I hope he
sorry.
calls back.
I'm sorry. I just blocked his number. I'm so sorry. I just couldn't get
That's
through
awesome.
it.
Hey, it
That
doesn't
was
matter.
so hard.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that was fantastic. That was fantastic.
Do they eat mud?
They eat mud?
Skylar's fucking crying.
Well, half the problem, I can't look at you guys because I see him dying.
Oh.
He's dying.
Oh.
Wow.
He was a cool dude. I just got too many pets.
I had to take her to the ER because it bit her twice.
All right, let's call.
That was perfect though. He
No, hold on.
reacted
That's the
great.
next. That's the next segment.
Yeah, that guy was great. That's perfect.
Oh, we're not doing the
If
next
I,
ones?
I wish I could call him back and thank him because he was a great sport. I mean,
Oh
that's-
yeah.
He didn't.
like,
He didn't
should
even
we call him
panic.
back?
He didn't know. He didn't even panic whenever you told him that you ran over your daughter's.
It's just like, oh
I'm
man.
like laughing. I'm like, this isn't fun.
He's like, no, it's not, and you're just still laughing. Wow.
She's pretty
Oh shit. Skylar, you have a topic for us.
I want
No,
to do the rest of these.
It's gonna be
real
funny
bad.
though because no one else probably thinks this is funny at all.
Everybody else is like,
I love
they're
it.
like, man, they're a bunch of assholes.
I know. No well.
We should make a channel just for this.
Okay.
If someone else wants to call him and try, I'll let you. I can hook it up.
He'll probably know at this point. I have a feeling he didn't get too many calls on the guinea pigs.
The bonded guinea pig.
But they're real good boys.
They're
By the
real
way-
good. Real good boys.
Oh, they don't bite or anything, but no. Oh, that was
good.
love it.
Skylar.
It would have been perfect. I wish I could have got through that. I'll get through the next one.
We'll do it.
Because
You got a topic to rest up.
He ends it with the ad says they're bonded. Like when I read that, I think it's two guinea pigs, but they only have one body. Are you telling me that's not what that means?
That would have been fantastic.
It's like, well, I really think you should reconsider wording the ad because that sounds super confusing. I really only wanted them because it's pretty badass to have them connected. But if they're just regular hamsters, I don't care.
I seriously underestimated how funny I thought that was. Like how much I was gonna
Skylar
laugh.
was crying.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's funny.
My head hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. Skylar.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, you got a topic for us.
I forgot what my topic was.
Not gonna be as funny as that.
Like I said, everybody else probably thinks it's stupid.
Right in. Let us
Then
know.
they are stupid.
Yeah, let us know what you think. We'll make Zach do more of those.
I
yes.
will. I will do more of them.
Oh yeah.
Did we have another
Yeah,
topic?
I
Yeah.
remember mine now.
Oh.
So, one of my ex-girlfriends used to say I got into the most odd situations with people that she's ever heard, because it seemed like every week I come home and I just have this awkward face-to-face meeting with somebody, and I just keep asking myself, why does this happen to me? Do I put myself in situations that like make this a thing?
That bring out the weirdos.
Yeah, it just, and I guess I kind of do, because I'm going to start it off with this. 2 years ago, I lived in Cousint. I lived in an apartment. We did not have a washer and dryer, so I had to go to the laundromat to do all my laundry.
Laundromat.
The Cousint laundromat is not a nice place. It is what you would think of when you think of a low-end laundromat. And that's exactly what it was.
Would you use the word sketchy to
Yes,
describe it?
sketchy is a great word. And I always hated it because every time I went there, it seems like something weird was going on. So I go in the one day, and way to go, Zach. And I'm doing my laundry, and in walks this interesting couple. They had a child with them, and she had a baby doll. And then soon after them walked in an older lady and a young, like a 5-year-old boy. Now he's a little older, 9-year-old boy, a real short, fat kid. And the grandma sat down and she started doing her laundry, and the kid was just, doing nothing. And then the other two started doing their laundry. And I'm sitting there, and everything's all right for a while. And the next thing you know, this little girl, I'm sitting right next to her. She has this baby doll, and she starts smashing it off the chair next to her, and she's yelling at the top of her lungs, "Shut the fuck up." She's like 6.
Jesus.
Yeah, she's like 6, and she's like banging this thing, "Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up." And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Her mother and father just stand there and don't say a word to her. She's folding her little disgusting underwear, and meanwhile, as her daughter's doing this, and she's like, I bet my ass looks real good in these. And he's like, and it just really bothered.
Direct quote?
Yes, those are direct quotes, yes. And it was just, like I said, it's about as weird as you could get, but it doesn't get much better. So I'm standing there just watching all of this, and the next thing I know, this kid that walked in with his grandmother puts on the fake the I don't even know how to describe it. The fake glasses with the mustache combo, like you would see on Mr. Potato.
Yeah.
He puts those on, and he starts running around yelling, "Ow, she bit me." I don't know who. There's nobody else there. He's just screaming, "Ow, she bit me," and his grandmother's just sitting there like, I don't know what she's doing. Then all of a sudden, another girl, a younger girl, appears from the corner. I didn't even know she was there. Like I'm almost positive I watched these 3 people walk in together. All of a sudden, there's another girl, and she sprints through and runs out the door on the laundromat, which is right along the street. And all of a sudden, her mother starts running after her, going, "Get back in here, you little shit!"
It'd have been more scary if she didn't run after her.
Yeah, but I mean, and she's screaming at her. Well, then, the mother comes back with the girl, and she's calling her every name in the book, "You little asshole," yada, yada, yada. And the fat kid with the glasses and mustache is just sitting there laughing his ass off at it. Well, then the first daughter, the one that was being very vulgar with her baby doll, comes over, and she opens up my dryer in the middle of my spin cycle. And their laundromat, it resets once it's open. So I was pissed. I didn't say anything. I was kind of hoping the parents would. Do you think they did?
No.
No, of course not. No. So then I look over, and the other daughter that ran out is now tearing pages out of all the magazines, throwing them on the floor. Next thing I know, a grandmother walks in that is the grandmother of these two little girls, and she had 3 more kids with her. So now there's like a beehive of small children in this little tiny. Yes. Yeah, and I literally stopped. I was like, I'm done. My clothes aren't dry. I'm done. I can't handle this anymore.
I'm out of here. I'm leaving.
So I just took all my clothes out, put them away, walked out, and as I'm leaving, the mother and the grandmother get into an argument because the mother wants to go to bingo the next night, but grandmother won't watch the kids, and that's just
Wow.
It was like you ever
That's like straight out of the Twilight Zone.
you ever watch Shameless?
Yes.
I felt like I was in an episode of Shameless. Like that's
what
what
the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
It's fucking funny. Would you call it the laundromat of horrors?
The laundromat of horrors. Yes.
Did you go back?
No, I never went back.
No?
Nope.
I wouldn't.
I mean, I moved soon after, so that probably influenced that.
That also helped.
I would have wore dirty clothes.
Yeah, it was terrible. Does anything like that ever happen to any of you? That like, it's kind of like the sister situation, I guess, where you'd have to like, it's something out of a movie in reality.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. I have a weird story
Go for
that
it.
happened to both of us. Skylar was there.
I know this one. Hit me with it.
Hit me with
So it
it.
was April Fool's. I think we were juniors in high school, and so it was April Fool's Day, and I was hanging out with a couple of my friends, and we got this great idea. It was 2 girls, me and one of our friends, my friends Matt Bash. We got this great idea to go walk around the track at Penn's Manor. Just we were literally that bored, so that was something exciting to do. And we go to the track, and we're walking down.
It's later in the evening. It's
Yeah,
like 9 o'clock.
It's about 9 o'clock because
Okay, so it's pretty late.
it's pretty late. It's getting dark. I don't think it was quite dark yet, but it was there. And so we're standing out front, and right before you walk into the track, about like 100 yards away from the track, but then about 100 yards away from our cars, we're just standing there bullshitting, and we see this car like pull up real slowly. It's like an old Trailblazer. And it pulls up real slowly and just stops. And we're all just like, kind of like, what the fuck's going on? Well, I'm thinking that somebody's coming to yell at us to tell us we're not allowed to be here or something like that. And being the 11th grade, the junior asshole I am, I'm like, we're allowed to fucking be here.
Yeah,
like,
I'll fuck this guy up.
yeah. Well,
Badass.
so anyway, yeah, I'm a total badass. So my buddy Matt Bash goes over and he's like, well, I'll just go see what they want. Because they were like yelling, but we couldn't really hear what they were yelling. So Matt's like, I'll just go see. So he runs over there, and about 30 seconds later, sprints back to the group of us. There's me and 2 girls. Sprints back to us and is like, we got to get the fuck out of here. We got to get the fuck out of here. Let's go. And I'm like, no, dude, we're allowed to be here. And he's like, so, arrogant asshole Zach. I'm like, no, we're allowed to be here. Well, he just fucking bails. He literally sprints to his car, gets in his car, and just drives away.
Jesus. What a good friend.
Yeah, and I'm like, the fuck is going on? So I was like, no, we're allowed to be here. So I was like, I told the girls to stay there. And I'm like, I start walking over there, acting like a badass. And I put my hand, like, I get closer, and it's like this older gentleman, really sketchy looking. But he, like, puts his window down, and I, like, put my hands on the window, kind of, like, pop my head in. And I'm like, what's up? And he's mumbling something. And I can't hear what he's mumbling, but he keeps mumbling it. And I'm like, what? Excuse me, sir, what are you saying? Like, I was trying to be nice, but it was like, what are you saying? And then he mumbles it again. I'm like, no, we're allowed to be here, but I didn't hear him. And then he mumbles it again, and I'm like, I think he just said he wants to suck my dick. But I'm like, there's no way I heard that. So then he says it again, and I'm like, for some reason, dumb Zach, like, I'm getting closer, because I'm almost, like, shocked that, listen, I'm almost shocked that it's happening. I'm like, there's no way this can be happening to me. We're in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere. This doesn't happen to people. So I'm reaching in, and then all of a sudden he says, let me suck your dick, and then reaches. And I'm like, that's when, like, the fight or flight instincts kick in, and I just, like, oh, fuck. I just literally shove my way off, and I sprint towards the girls, and I'm like, oh, fuck. This is weird, because it's, like, a bigger dude. And I don't know, he was, like, reaching for me. I don't know if he was reaching for me, what he was reaching for. I didn't stick around to see. But I grabbed the girls, and I'm like, we gotta fucking go. But he was in between, where he was parked was in between us and my car. And I had just gotten a new car. Well, so we're like, fuck. Well, he starts like backing up kinda, and but he's like acting real weird. It was the whole thing was weird. But I grabbed them and I'm like pushing them towards my car. I'm like, we got to get the fuck out of here. Like, we're not sticking around here. Well, we get to my car, so like we run around and he's like still fucking around trying to back up and stuff. Well, we get to my car and then he like backs up.
He blocks him in.
He blocks me in, yeah.
That's all he did. He blocked him in.
He blocked me in. But then all of a sudden, Skylar pops out of fucking nowhere in the back of my car. So I didn't know Skylar was there. But what were you doing, Skylar?
We were gonna. I've been there a while.
I had no idea he was there.
I came with the girls. We were gonna fuck around and like Zach knows nothing about cars. Well, I was gonna
literally nothing.
I was gonna disconnect his battery because it was April Fool's. And fuck
and it
with
was
him.
like a new car. I'd just gotten it.
Yeah.
So like they were gonna disconnect my battery.
But I didn't know what was going on, so I just stayed in the back of the car the whole time. Well, Zach got in the car then, and he's like freaking out. He's screaming, he's like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
And I poked my head up, and I'm like, what's going on? And Zach fucking screams. Because he's like, what the fuck?
Well, I'm already like freaked the fuck out, and then out of nowhere, Skylar just pops up out of nowhere. I'm like, God damn it! What is happening?
So-
But he did block us.
No,
in.
yeah, he did. We
He,
got
like-
out.
I,
Zach
like-
spun around and got out.
Yeah. The rest, so it gets crazier though. So we like get on the phone with the girl's parents and your dad.
And we go to their house.
And we go to the girl's house and we tell her dad like what the fuck happened. Well, he gets pissed off because like the guy was trolling around a high school asking to suck kids' dicks. I was 17 at the time.
Breaking a lot of laws.
Yeah,
there.
that's not a good place to be doing that. So they get pissed. Your dad, I know your dad came too.
Yeah.
We all get in the cars and they're like, we're going to go find this pervert. And so we're driving around and then,
Sure enough, they found him.
yeah, they did.
He drove off the road and hit a tree.
Oh god.
'Cause
About a mile away from the school? Yep.
And he was drunk off his ass. He was an older gentleman.
Yeah.
And he was just drunk off his ass and tried to get his dick sucked, but
wanted
Wanted to suck
some dick.
somebody's dick.
asked the wrong people. And I'm actually surprised like none of the fathers that were there physically hurt him.
Yeah, me too.
But no, they called
Well,
the
he was
cops.
so
and-
drunk because he
yeah.
was like, and his car was all fucked up. He was trying to back
Yeah,
out.
he kept trying to get back in, and they're
His
like,
car
"No,
was
you
totaled.
got to get out."
Yeah.
And the cop showed up, and he got arrested, and we had to go give a statement and everything. And
Yeah, they wanted me to go to court, but
Yeah.
my parents were like, "No, he's not doing that." Because it was like a year later when I was already at Penn State,
Yeah.
and they were like, "He's not coming back."
The
for
funniest
that."
part of that whole story is though Zach screaming when he got in the car because he had no idea. At that point, he thought we were just fucking around with him.
Yeah, well, then I thought it was like the whole thing was a
Like
prank.
the whole thing was set
And then
up.
they're like, no, this is the extent of the joke. Get the fuck out of here.
We didn't plan that.
No.
That's a happy accident.
Not happy, but yeah. The thing that I don't get and still bothers me is how Matt just bailed without even fucking
just fucking
telling me.
out.
So he must have said the same thing to Matt. And I guess he did. I've talked to Matt since then, and he did say the same thing. But Matt doesn't tell us that. He just lets me stand there and then lets me walk over to the dude.
Sacrifice.
He figured if you went to the car, that gave Matt time to get out of there.
Yeah.
He couldn't follow Matt.
It's kind of like if a bear's chasing you, push the guy down.
Yeah, you just gotta outrun that guy. You don't have to outrun the bear.
Totally what happened.
Holy shit.
Jeez.
But Matt actually listened to the podcast and he told me I have to talk about that story sometime. So
Yeah.
this was a perfect
Yeah,
opportunity.
that's a real good one.
Yeah, that's one of those things that you would never think would actually happen to you.
No, that's why I was so shocked. I know the first time, I know I heard it the first time he said it, but I was so in shock because it was like an older gentleman. I was so in shock that this dude is saying, let me suck your dick. Or it was like that or I want to suck your dick. Either way, it was, that's the point he was trying to get across. But weird fucking night.
Weird fucking night. What about you, Perry? You got any weird public stories with strangers?
I mean, nothing
Nothing that's
like,
gonna top that.
No, nothing's gonna top that. Like me and my buddies would always be the people that put people in weird positions. Like, my buddy Robert used to have this Cadillac, and the trunk lid would always come up, and so we'd like dress up as like a gorilla or something, and through drive-throughs, and then open it up and start throwing pineapples and cantaloupes and shit at people. It was always a good time. But
It's always a good time.
But there's probably people on podcasts right now telling stories of getting pelted with cantaloupes
Yeah.
oh, I hope
by a
so.
guy in a
I hope
gorilla
so,
suit.
because it was awesome. I mean, we got chased so many times. But yeah, I don't have anything to top that. That's impressive, man.
It was a weird night. The funniest part though is Skylar was there trying to pull a totally different prank on me. Good thing that you didn't actually, because you didn't get the
Take the battery off. Then you're trying to start your car. And
Oh
we're
my
like,
god.
we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you didn't, because you didn't actually get it. What did you just do?
I hit.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
You didn't actually get the battery disconnected. Something happened. You didn't. What do you remember?
No,
what
I
happened?
was waiting for you guys to go to the track, and you didn't make it down there yet.
Ah, thank God.
I would have got the battery disconnected. It's not hard.
I would not know how to do that.
That's great. That situation could have went so many other ways.
I wonder what
We
would
could have all died.
Yeah,
I mean,
technically.
I don't know if he was so drunk that I think
Yeah.
Skylar and I could have like
Oh, yeah.
overpowered him if he would have like tried. Well, because then our principal actually showed us the
video.
of him driving around, and I guess before he came and saw us, he was just driving around, like literally trying to like drive around in the parking lot, and was like, "There's no cars. It's a big parking lot." And was like hitting shit.
Jesus.
Yeah,
So he was
It was
real
crazy.
fucking
It was
drunk.
like he couldn't even drive in a straight line.
Oh,
like,
wow.
So
But he did then wreck it.
So I don't think after we saw that too, I was like, I don't think we would have got like abducted or anything.
Yeah.
Because Skylar, but still crazy.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts. I don't. It makes me sad about my story because it doesn't even fucking come close.
Tell it.
The only thing I really have, so
Story must be told.
me and Conway were up in Johnstown hanging out with you. I think it was when you lived in the apartment, and it was like winter or something, and we were driving back, and I was following Conway. And the first weird part of this story is that we were driving, and like I saw a really bright light like up in the sky, and like I don't know what it was. It just looked like a random light. But then Conway calls me, and he's like, "Dude, did you fucking see that UFO?" And I'm like, "I don't think it was a UFO. Probably just a bright light, because like it was right under like near a bridge." And I'm like, "It's probably just a truck or something. That light reflected weird." He's like, "Nah, dude, it was a fucking UFO." I'm like, "Whatever you say, Conway." So then we're driving back, and he pulls into his house, and then I make a right, like right after his house to get home. And there's a dude just in the middle of the intersection, just like stumbling around. And I'm like, well, this seems sketchy as fuck. I'm like, but I'm turning right. He looks like he's a little farther. I'll make my right. As soon as he saw me put on my turn signal, because I still like to use my turn signal, even though there's a sketchy dude, probably a mistake, he stands in front of the lane that I need to turn into. So he's blocking my car. And in today's world, I probably would have just driven around him.
I'd have fucking ran him over.
I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I
ran
would have hit
over.
him. I think. I don't know.
But I was younger and stupid, so I decided to see what he wanted. So I rolled my window down, and he's like, "Hey, man," and I'm like, "Hey." And he's like, "Do you have a cell phone?" And I'm like, "No, I don't actually have my cell phone on me." And he's like, "I wrecked my car like a mile back there, and I need to call the police." And I'm just like, "Well, I don't have a phone." And he's like, "Can you give me a ride somewhere?" And I'm like, "No." I was like, "I can go home and call the police if you want." And he's like, "But then I might get in trouble." I'm like, "You asked me for my phone to call the police." And I'm like, "Well, I'll go home and call the police." And then he's like, "All right, well, could I come with you?" And then like he's to the side of my car, so I just slowly started like tipping forward because I'm like, "No, that's it." So I'm like, "No, I'll call the police. You just stay here. I'll tell him your location." He's like, "All right, I guess." And then I just take off, and then I turn back into Conway's house.
Yeah.
There was a
You
little
could go,
alleyway.
yeah.
Yeah, so I took the alleyway, pulled in his house. He's like, and he's just standing outside because he's watching the whole thing go down because he, probably thought I might die.
Yeah.
So we called the police. They did eventually come and arrest the guy, but I mean, that's literally the only weird thing that's happened, truly.
The one night I was leaving Conway's house to go home, and I was on 403, and I was in my Firebird, and we'd shot skeet early that day, so I had my shotgun, and it was loaded and everything, which is against the law, but that's beside the point. And
Minor details.
yeah, we were coming
Minor.
past Dog Hall. I was coming past Dog Hollow, and I saw a car pulled off on the side of the road, and the lights were blinking and everything. And there's these two guys, and they're going like this to like slow down. So I had my gun, so I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll slow down. I don't care. So I slowed down, I pulled off, and I cracked my window a little bit, and I had my gun on my lap. And this guy comes over, and he was like, he sounded exactly like Fabio. And he looked like Fabio. He had the long hair.
yeah.
I mean, he wasn't like as gorgeous as Fabio.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But he had the get up like Fabio. And he was driving like a Trans Am. It was hysterical. And he's like, "Hey, man, I don't know why he's Jamaican." but
Yeah,
but
it's true.
he's like, I need gas, and I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, "Is there a gas station around here?" I'm not gonna do the voice anymore
That's
because
fair.
it wasn't working out. But I'm like, yeah, there's one like a mile that way. He's like, can you take me? I'm like, nope.
Nope. No, can't do that.
So it was just, and I left, but I don't know if he got the gas or not. But there was something similar to that.
Yeah.
But it was just funny because it was pretty much like Fabio asking me
that's
for
pretty funny.
gas.
Plus, you had a gun. You
Yeah.
felt much safer.
Yeah.
I think I had a pocket knife in a glove box really far away.
Yeah. And you're not quick enough. He'd have killed
No,
you.
I would have died.
He'd have used that knife to skin you like
Yeah,
a
probably.
fish.
Yeah.
At least I would have had
After
a witness, I
raping
guess.
you.
Well, Colin might have saved me
With
before.
that knife.
With that. You're right. Colin would have just let me die.
Yeah, 100%.
He'd call the police and be like, I think my buddy's getting raped with a knife.
I'm not really sure though. He might be enjoying it. Just I'll let you know.
And I saw a UFO today. Just throwing that out there. That's all I got. That's literally all I got.
Cool.
I have one other kind of public story. It's quick.
Thank God.
Yeah. So, it was my senior year at Penn State, and we had a quarterback named Christian Hackenberg.
He's terrible.
Yeah, he is terrible.
Free agent.
And so I played basketball a lot at the IM building, and then to get back to my apartment, I had to walk right by the Lash building, which is the football building. And it was like 9:30 at night, and I was walking back with two of my buddies, and we're not really paying attention or anything to who's around us, but we're just talking. And since we walked by the football building, we start talking about the football team. And Christian Hackenberg did not have a good season my senior year. And we were talking about how much he sucks and how terrible he is, and just all kinds of shit on Christian Hackenberg. And then it was like I felt like people getting closer to us, and I look behind me, and it's guess who it is?
Christian
It's Christian Hackenberg and two of his big offensive linemen. And I literally did one of those look from the bottom to oh fuck, and luckily I'm sure it happens to them all the time.
Yeah, I'm
but
sure.
I was like, oh my God, because I knew exactly who he was. He knew I knew who he was once I saw him, and I was like, oh fuck. But he didn't say anything, and we just got the fuck out of there. I sped up a little bit. I mean, they wouldn't have done anything, but
No.
it was just I felt like a total.
What are the chances?
Yeah, I just felt like a total dick. What are the chances I'm talking shit on Christian Hackenberg and then he's
Fucking behind
Right
you.
there.
10 feet behind
Listening
me.
to this podcast.
He's got all that free time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Christian Hackenberg.
But if you do want to come on the podcast, you're more than
Yeah,
welcome.
we love you.
Yeah. we love you.
Hashtag we are. You know.
Fuck
Skylar,
yeah.
big Penn State fan.
Yeah,
huge.
huge.
Big
gonna
Joe
be
Pa fan.
Huge. He did not know.
Well,
Let's
Zach,
make Zach make some more
I
phone
think
calls.
Zach, you're gonna be
Yeah.
calling some people again. We're gonna close out our show with some more of Zach's inability to not laugh.
I got to turn up the sound again, so try not to laugh, guys.
Okay.
At least not into the mic.
Should just mute us.
I don't know. I don't know.
You think I'm that good at my job?
I don't know if I can
Who
handle
am I-
more of
what's the
these.
number I'm calling here?
That one.
This one? Drone? Or this one? Okay.
Pull behind trailer.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, this is a single person pull behind trailer for a motorcycle. I didn't even know they had these.
It must be real small.
It's custom built.
Hmm.
It's pretty much a shed.
I bet you it's expensive.
$2,200.
It's not too bad.
Come on, Jerry, answer the phone.
What? None of them answer.
We went 2 for 2.
Yeah, we've already been pretty lucky.
Hmm.
Fucking damn it, Jerry.
Even when I sell shit, I don't answer random numbers.
It said call. That's why I picked it.
How old was it?
These are all days old, not
Oh, wow.
that old.
Man, that parachute did go fast.
As Prime Minister and right-hand man is the architect of this new system of government.
Hello? Hello?
Jerry answered the fucking phone.
And then
And
hung
then
up.
hung up. I'm gonna call him back.
I'm gonna call him back.
He's from Idaho.
Put the lotion on the skin. That was creepy.
That was creepy. What
That was
was
weird.
It is a 208 number.
it? Yo, is this the guy selling the pull behind camp trailer on Craigslist?
Say that again?
Is this the guy selling the pull behind camp trailer on Craigslist?
Yeah.
All right, that thing looks fucking dope. How many miles are on the bike that comes with it?
How many miles are on the bike?
Yeah.
I'm not selling the bike.
Oh, you're not selling the bike.
No.
Oh, well, the bike is in the background of the picture, and it says motorcycle right in the ad.
Well, it says, I pulled it. I just got off a trip.
Oh, all right. There's no need to get so testy. I don't see how I'm going to be able to get home once I buy it. I don't have a motorcycle. I don't have a motorcycle, and your ad has a picture of one.
Yeah, I'm just selling the camper.
Well, what if I kept your number in my phone, and anytime I need to use it, you can come and...
Come on.
He's always so fun. I can't.
God, this episode's gonna be death to people's ears.
That sucked.
Wow.
That
He set you up for it so perfect.
He really did.
Dude, all right, I'm going to read the next one.
Yeah, go for
So
it.
it's not so funny to me. Because I'm reading this for the first time.
Read what it said at least.
Anytime I can. All right. Well, what if I just kept your number in my phone? Anytime I need to use it, you can come and pick me up, me and the camper up, and haul us to wherever I need to go. I'll pay you, of course. You could even just hang out and camp with me if you wanted.
What if he would have taken you up on it? That'd have been fucking cool.
All right. Who's the last one? I'm sorry.
The drone. Nah, I'm getting a good laugh out of these.
I hope the audience is.
Oh, me
It's
too.
just so funny
I hope
sitting
this
here.
isn't bombing to
I
everybody
hope
else.
not. It'd be great if he was going through with them, but this is an $80 drone for sale.
That seems like a good price.
Yeah.
I'll do more next week. If
Did you read
if
through this
get
one?
more-
Well,
All right.
let's wait and see. Make sure our audience thinks it's funny before we commit to this bit again.
Yeah. Yeah, this might totally bomb.
We always need new segments though, so if our audience does like it, you should let us know. We don't. I mean, we fucked with.
Perry seems to be enjoying it.
Oh, I like it.
I called off a dude at Walmart. So
All
I mean,
right. I can do this one. I can do this one.
Some Walter White shit.
Oh my god. I don't know what that means, but I'm so excited. There's no way this guy answers.
You reached the voicemail box of
Leave my voicemail.
412-275-9138.
Then block.
Right there. Tell him you want that.
At the tone, please record your voice
Just explain
message.
that paragraph
When
to
you are
them.
finished recording,
Tell them you want the
may
drone.
hang up or press pound for more options.
Hey, Bro Tato. This is Mike, and I've been looking for a drone for a while. Saw your ad on Craigslist. I'm going to level with you. I'm like 90% sure my neighbor is cooking meth, but cops don't listen to me here ever since I got caught setting the church on fire last year with my Memorial Day fireworks. So I need this drone because this asshole seriously looks like Walter White, and I need some proof that he's cooking that shit in his kitchen. Plus, his wife's pretty hot, so I wouldn't mind catching a glimpse or two of her if you know what I mean.
Why do you talk like that?
I don't know.
Where did the accent come from? That's not in
Walter.
the notes. Did you write in the notes, do an accent?
I also didn't put Bro-tato.
Some ad-libbing, I like it.
Bro-tato.
Bro Tato. I got through most of that one.
That was better.
That was good.
The end, catch a glimpse of his wife, if you know what I mean.
I'm glad you got through that one without laughing.
I had to block him.
You
I
think they still
blocked
get the
all four of
voicemail?
them.
Huh?
You think they still get the voicemail if you want?
Probably. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they'd still get it. He just won't be able to call
Just
me
want me
back.
to call you back. One of these happens to be one of our random fans.
I wanted Zach to barter on that one. I thought $80 was a little excessive.
I'm thinking more like 20, and I'll cut your gas or whatever.
I'll cut your grass whenever I pick it up.
$20 and I'll cut
If
your
our
grass.
fans like it, I will do more next week
Yeah, let
too.
us
Because
know.
I didn't actually get through this one.
You don't need to.
God.
You don't need to do the accent either.
I
don't know.
have to do the accent.
Don't know where that came
I can't
from.
do it. If I do it in my own voice, I fuck up. I need
Maybe.
to act like a character.
Yeah, and then you get into character.
I get it. That's why I made it through that one. I got into the character. I like it. Yeah. When
We're
I'm
gonna
not
see the
Zach,
range
when I'm,
of Zach.
When I'm Mike, I can do this.
Does it
Zach
say-
can't do this.
Did you just make up the name, Mike?
No, Skylar said
Oh,
my
okay.
name's Mike.
I don't know why.
It was such a random fact. I
my
assumed
name's
Zach did it.
Trevor Sheasley.
He gets fired from his job.
Yeah, if we
Fuck.
get any feedback at all that people like these, I'll do more next week because I feel bad. I didn't totally hold up to my punishment.
Oh, my cheeks hurt from laughing though. That was funny. I hope our audience did like it. So we did pretty much our show.
You don't want to get into yours?
I figure not. Well, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do we have a backup of the week?
Yep, I got one.
All right, then go ahead. Let's just go into that.
This is the backup of the week.
Perry, who'd you pick for backup of the week? Did you see his
I
face?
wish you guys could see his face.
He's like, fuck, I'm supposed to be prepared.
Huh. No. So I don't know if you guys follow the news much.
Not at all.
Okay. You remember the Las Vegas shooting from a long time ago at the country?
No, fill me in. I'm just kidding.
The country music festival over there in Las Vegas. Stephen Paddock went and shot and killed like 50-some people, I want to say. Injured hundreds. So if you didn't know, though, what you probably didn't know was that this week, the casino, MGM Resorts, that owns the casino and the hotel.
You said this in the text message.
Yeah. They are suing the victims of the shooting.
That's right. I saw this on Twitter.
That they have zero liability. I have a feeling that's a pretty big dick move.
That is a
that is gonna blow up in their face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So did they have to pay the victims money or something?
They haven't had charges filed yet, but it is anticipated that some victims will press charges or will pursue liability. Yes, legal.
But
term.
so they're just, instead of waiting for that to happen,
that's
preemptively striking.
That's exactly what they call it.
They're getting out in front of it.
I'm not saying I necessarily disagree with their action, but
a place like MGM could take the hit to not be giant fucking assholes.
They could just they could have been preemptive in a different way and helped out the victims.
Yeah. It's not like they're hurting for money.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, Perry?
I think it's insane. How can you sue the victims?
Yeah, I mean, I get that the victims, I mean, there's going to be some victims that sue them, and whether or not they have a claim is a different story.
Yeah.
They're going to say, how does a guy, because he brought cases upon cases of guns into his hotel room, and they're like, well, I mean, a bellboy probably helped him do that.
Yeah.
Didn't somebody eventually say, hey, why do you have 16 cases here?
Why you got so many guns?
Yeah. And it's just bad because, you guys have been to a casino. If you, touch a card on the table, 6 security officers run down and, tackle you off the table.
Yep.
I touched a card once. I was legitimately scared for my life. No, I touched my chips once. I was legit scared for my life.
Yeah. So,
chips? You're not allowed to touch
after
your chips?
I had been dealt cards.
Once it's in the deal, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense, but yeah.
But, you do something like that, they're, attacking you, and yet this guy, they're like, well, sorry, we're more worried about watching our money downstairs than what the guests are doing. So, I mean...
Yeah. It just feels like they should have probably taken the hit.
Yeah.
Got good publicity out of it, maybe.
Yeah, they could have spun that in a much better way.
Yeah.
But they're a casino. They give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably their biggest thing is this is going to make us look bad for a month. And then
but it's not going to stop people from gambling.
If somebody was coming to MGM, they're not like, you know what? We're not going there now.
This is probably one of the biggest dickhead moves we've had for the backup of the week.
It really is. So they're suing them. How can they sue them? So they're suing them just so they don't sue them.
Pretty much, that's essentially what it is. They're trying to scare.
But they're not going to get any money from the victims, right?
I don't think their goal is to get money. I think the goal is
probably a countersuit.
Yeah.
They're getting ahead of the curve here.
Yeah. That way, when the victims try and sue, they can say, "Well, we already have decided. We've already went through court to prove we're not a liability."
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, essentially, though, now they can. From what I was reading behind it, another reason for them getting ahead of this is because they can cycle through some courts and find judges that they want, because
they're doing it first.
Yeah,
and they have a lot of pull, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit.
That's an understatement. Money talks. Terrible. Money talks.
I'm glad you had one. The only thing I had was to go back to Florida. Did you see the story about the guy who bit the other dude's penis off?
No.
What?
Why didn't we get into that?
Well, because you said you had one. So we're going back to the old swamp because we like to go to Florida.
Literally every back of the week.
Yeah, we just go to Florida.
Yeah.
So a guy in Florida walked in on his brother having sex with his cousin.
Cousin. Why do you have a T?
Is it a girl or a guy?
Well, we got bigger issues. What's a cousin?
It's like a cousin, but the kind that you fuck.
I'm just.
I
Why did
don't
you
fuck
put a
any of my
T in
cousins.
cousin?
How does the T make it that?
I don't know. I just make shit up now. So he walks in. His brother's having sex with his cousin.
Is it a girl or a guy?
I
Is
don't
it
know.
like
I
gay
didn't
sex
actually
or is
read.
it
I
normal
didn't.
sex?
Well,
Does it matter?
No.
I'm
I
gonna
just want to know
assume-
for
It's just
context.
a
I'm gonna
cousin.
assume it's
It's
a.
just a cousin.
I'm gonna assume it's a girl, because he takes his anger out.
Dude, 2018. You can't assume genders.
Yeah,
Come on.
but
Exactly.
I'm
That's
Jesus.
But by who he did this to, I'm assuming that she was a girl, because he couldn't do it to her. He then jumped on top of his brother and bit off his dick. Literally bit off his dick.
I don't know if that's how he goes to that. Like, out of
Yeah,
you're
I mean-
inflicting pain, but you go to right to biting off
Yeah,
his dick.
you're right to I'm putting that in my mouth, and you're not
Like
gonna have it
completely
anymore.
off.
Yeah.
I didn't. There was no photos or a lot of actual statements yet. It was pretty new when I saw it pop up.
An X-ray would be pretty funny.
Yeah, that
but
would
that's
be
not a
pretty funny.
bone, so you wouldn't see anything.
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't know if it
Zach's
was
looking
clean
it up
off.
right now. We're gonna get confirmation.
He may have
Stand
just
by.
bit his penis, but I mean, it said off. So I'm guessing at least
Listen, I get it. He's
Dangling.
pissed.
This is the picture of the
Yeah.
dude.
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh!
Is that a goat?
Can you hold that up to the camera?
It's a goat.
They're not gonna be able to see it. Oh, there it is. It looks like he looks like an ant.
Yeah, he's got those horns. Oh yeah, I forgot because they were having sex on his favorite Dragon Ball Z blanket.
This in a bizarre event that
Wait,
could have
you
only
didn't-
happened in Florida.
You didn't hear the best part.
The Dragon Ball Z blanket.
Yeah. Like, could you see he walks in? He's like, "Oh my god, are you serious? You're fucking our cousin right now." On top of my dragon. Like, that's what set him
On
over.
my Goku blanket?
Yeah, like that's what did it. Like, he was fine with everything
It gets
else.
better. He goes, after he was arrested, he said that he regrets nothing, and this way it will never happen again.
It's true.
And he's kind of right about that.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's right.
I mean, listen, I get it. You're pissed, but my,
Wow.
His brother was hospitalized with several injuries and will never use his dick again. Because it was completely destroyed.
Well,
Doctors are
destroyed.
doing everything they can to reconstruct it.
Jesus.
So he chewed on it for a while.
Like, he fucking.
what do you
Like
do?
a
Just
dog.
put a pickle on there, or how do you?
Yeah, you use a pickle.
You just hollow
You
it
gotta
out.
moisturize.
What do you do?
Dude, I don't even know. I don't know how that.
Yeah. So we had two
That's-
backups of the week.
That one was
That's
way
a-
better. I wish you had told me that beforehand.
Well, I didn't really know the story. That's why when you said you had one, I was like,
It only gets better when you read about it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like,
that
I
guy-
get it. He's pissed off. You know, nobody wants to see their brother fucking their cousin.
And
I
like,
get
who
that.
knows how much he paid for that blanket?
Cousint.
The first thing I'm doing though, like if I walked in on my brother having intercourse with my cousin, the first thing I'm not going to do is I'm going to put his dick in my mouth. That's not where I'm going with that.
That's what I'm saying. How is that your first instinct?
Does that kind of
Like,
mean he had sex with his cousin?
That's his brother.
Well, or his cousin? Cause
he had
you know,
oral sex with his brother?
Yeah, think about
Sex with
that.
got
his
some
cousin.
juices from his cousin.
Oh,
Is it a threesome at that
that
point?
is
Yeah, that's what I'm
very-
saying.
This is getting graphic.
This is getting very graphic.
He did it to
don't
him.
let
I mean,
don't let your son listen to this
Yeah, I was
one.
gonna say you're gonna have to block Mark from this one.
Oh boy. Hey, we're explicit. I mean, it
We
says
do put it right there.
Got a
We're
little more
explicit.
That's
explicit
fine.
at
That's
the end.
fine.
Put the child lock on.
I'm sure he's seen worse.
Yeah.
Or
Perry,
heard
did-
worse.
The internet's a fucked up place.
Yeah.
Did you have fun, Perry?
I did. We'll have to do it again.
It was good having you. I love your shirt still. Can you show the fans? I mean,
Maybe.
maybe.
It's a really hard thing to do.
Yeah.
I heart soccer mom.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Big fan. I mean, I'm not really into soccer.
Skylar
but
just impregnates soccer moms. That's what baseball moms.
Baseball moms.
Baseball
Yeah.
moms.
singular
Singular.
baseball mom.
You know, you still shooting bullets over there.
Well, guys, on that note,
Yeah, let's end this.
this has been the Career Backups Podcast. Thanks for coming on, Perry.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Later.
Peace.
Cousint. I'm gonna speak.